Hello students, welcome to RK Academy. My dear competitive aspirants, I would like to inform you that we are RK Academy and we are going to form a new batch as soon as possible for the sub-inspector and police constables as well as upcoming RPF notification in Vijayanagaram by the offline batches only. And also we would like to inform you that we are going to provide all the content, whatever the general studies content and arithmetic and reasoning content is there, all the content we are going to kept on the RK Academy app at the low price. It is about just below the 1000 rupees only. And I would like to suggest you the another thing also, my dear students, today and tomorrow we don't know the exact time, but as soon as possible the notifications will be announced very soon. So please make a schedule and follow the schedule, whatever the timetable, whatever the syllabus we have, just note it down on your syllabus and note it down on your notebooks and make a paste on that particular paper on your room so that it will help you more. And also in the last session we had discussed about the digestive system, and it is also useful to you by the examinations, and already we had informed you that all the entire content and all the general studies content and arithmetic reasoning that is from the standard books such as R.S. Agrawal and some other CMAT and GATE books, some other books are there, and whatever the books are, and we are going to give you the all general studies content, arithmetic and reasoning content in the YouTube with the free of cost. So please utilize the opportunity, and we will keep you the classes on the YouTube channel as well as in the RK Academy online app. Now we are going to discuss about the respiratory system, that is very important to your examinations, and it also there is a weightage for a group 1, group 2 and sub-inspector and police constables as well as in the central government examinations such as CGL, CHSL, MTS. And we are sure that we will provide all the general studies content in the YouTube channel and also in the RK Academy app. Let's move on to the chapter, that is respiratory system. What is that? Respiratory system. And here the term itself indicates the respiration. What is that? Respiration. And this particular respiration, what is respiration? What is respiration? For any living organism and for any living creature, and there would be the necessary of making glucose or the food for their survival. So for the production of the particular energy and particular glucose to the particular organism, there should be a necessary to understanding the respiration process. And in this session we will discuss about the respiration. Do you know the respiration? Here respiration means intake of the air and also to breathe out of the air from our body through a particular system is called as respiratory system. And what is respiration? Respiration means it is a composition of the inhalation, and it is the combination of the inhalation and also exhalation, that is called as respiration. For any organism, for instance, if you take human beings, human beings are also the best example for the respiration process. Human beings usually take oxygen and also release carbon dioxide from their body, and such type of process is called as respiration. And also what is the purpose of respiration and what is the usage of the respiration? This particular respiration releases or it gives energy as an indirect form, and also it gives heat to your body. What is that? Heat to your body. And what is the purpose of heat? The main purpose of the heat is to conduct all the metabolic activities such as a respiratory system, such as nephrology related issues, and such as digestive system, such as nervous system, whatever the systems are there. There is majorly 9 systems are there in our body. All those systems are coordinated with the help of proper metabolic activities, and such type of metabolic activities can be conducted with the help of heat only. Such type of heat is given by the respiratory system. This is the introduction of the respiratory system. And now I would like to explain you that Let me ask you one question. What are the name of the gases that are inhaled through our nose and ultimately it reaches to the lungs? And here the main gases that are taken by us is oxygen, carbon dioxide and nitrogen are the three components that are taken into our body. Fine. And it itself, oxygen indicates, and also oxygen also provides you the life of an organism. It also provides you the life of an organism because it is a life support for any other organism. And here, you know what, there is 21% of oxygen is there, and there is 0.03% of carbon dioxide is there in the atmosphere, and also there is 78% of nitrogen is there in the atmosphere. All these gases, whatever the gases, whatever the components, whatever the percentages are kept here can be taken to our respiratory system, to our body through the particular system is called as respiratory system. And after the complete utilization of these gases, and these are all expelled out from our body through a system is called as respiratory system. What is it? Respiratory system. And here I would like to say one thing. In the respiratory system, basing on the complexity of the organism, there is different types of organs that are involved in the respiratory system that helps for the respiration in the different organisms. For instance, if you take an example, that is human beings, the major or the vital organ that is involved in the human respiratory system is lungs. What is it? Lungs. And here those respiration or those procedure, for instance, if we take lungs, where the respiration is done through the lungs, and it could be called as pulmonary respiration. What is that? Pulmonary respiration it is. What is this? Pulmonary respiration. And what is the example of the pulmonary respiration? The best example of the pulmonary respiration is human beings, because the respiration is done through the presence of lungs. These lungs are the major organs. What is that? Lungs are the major organs that helps in the respiration of our body. Fine. And come to the next one. You know what? The purpose of respiration is to provide heat, and also it also conducts the metabolic activities that are present in our body. And those respiration and which is performed by the presence of lungs, it is called as pulmonary respiration. What is that? Pulmonary respiration. And come to the amphibians. What is that? Amphibians. Let's have an example. Can you give an example for the amphibian? The best example for the amphibian is the frog. What is it? Frog. And here in the frog, the respiration is done with the help of the skin. What is that? Skin. And also in the earthworm, the respiration is also done with the help of skin. So those respiration which is done with the help of skin, it is called as cutaneous respiration. What is that? Cutaneous respiration. Those respiration which is done with the help of skin. And also we can see the respiration in frog can also done with the help of lungs. What is that? Lungs. And hence it is called as pulmonary respiration. What is that? Pulmonary respiration. Here the pulmonary respiration itself indicates the presence of the lungs, and that particular respiration is done through the help of the lungs, and it is called as pulmonary respiration. What is that? Pulmonary respiration. And this particular frog is an example of amphibian, and also there would be a possibility for the conduction through the skin also, and those respiration which is done with the help of skin is called as cutaneous respiration. What is that? Cutaneous respiration. So cutaneous respiration. In the lower organisms, such as if you take an example, that is cockroach. What is that? Cockroach. Or some other insects. If you observe on the insects, there is a there is a specific structures are there, that is called as trachea. What is that? Trachea. If you observe the diagram of the cockroach, it is the structure of the cockroach. This is a dorsal part and this is a ventral part, and this is the cockroach. If you cut down the cockroach, or if you dissect the cockroach in the longitudinal manner, you will observe a tube like structures are there. What is that? Tube like structures are there, and these tubes are connected with the longitudinal tubes. What is that? Longitudinal tubes. And here in the cockroach, the respiration is done through the help of a small pores. What is that? Small pores. And what is the name of these small pores? The name of the small pores is the trachea. What is that? Trachea. And hence I would like to say you one thing, those respiration which is done with the help of trachea, it is called as tracheal respiration. What is that? Tracheal respiration. And if we have another example, means it is the fish, you know, it is the fish. And here in the fish we can easily observe, in the fish you can see the gills. What are that? Gills. These are the gills, you know, these are the gills. In the fishes we can observe the gills, and such type of gills are there, and the respiration which is done through the presence of the gills is called as branchial respiration. What is that? Branchial respiration. The respiration which is done through the presence of the gills is called as branchial respiration. And you know, whenever the fishes are there in the water, they opens their mouth and they travel towards the water, and they took out the water, and the particular water is passed through the gills of the particular fishes. And there we know that the formula of water is H2O, and it is dissociated into H plus and OH minus. And here oxygen is here. This particular oxygen is binds up with the hemoglobin of the particular body, and it is supplied to the different parts of the body, so that the metabolic activities will be done in presence of gills. And such type of respiration is called as branchial respiration. What is that? Branchial respiration. And come to the next one, and human respiration. And in the human beings, the respiration plays an important role in the conduction of the metabolic activities that are present in our body. And human respiration, there are so many parts that are involved in the human respiration, and the respiration starts from the nose of our body. What is that? Nose of our body. And hence nose is the first part of the respiration, and through the nose the air is taken into the lungs, and they get filtered, and the waste and the bad air will be exhaled out from our body, and that is called as respiration, as I told you. And now the first part of the respiration is the nose. What is that? Nose. If you observe the diagram, and this is the diagram, this is the oral cavity, and as we discussed in the digestive system, and this is the nasal cavity, and the air enters through the nose towards the nasal cavity. What is that? Nasal cavity. You know what? One more important bit is there. The temperature of the nasal cavity is always equal to the temperature of the body. What is that? Temperature of the body. And what is the temperature of the body? It is about 98.4 degrees Celsius for children. Just observe it. The temperature of the human body is 98.4 degrees Fahrenheit. It is about 98.4 degrees Fahrenheit, and which is equal to the temperature of the nasal cavity. This is very, very important bit, you know. And come to the next one, and we will have a look on the nose. Nose. And here I would like to say one thing. What is the study that is concerned with the nose? The study which is concerned with the nose is called as rhinology. What is that? Rhinology. And the nose is made up of, and this is the nose. The nose is made up of The nose is made up of cartilage. What is that? The nose is made up of cartilage, and these cartilages are made up of collagen protein. What is that? Collagen protein. And the study of nose is called as rhinology, and the test which is performed to the nose is called as rhinoscope. What is that? Rhinoscope. And another name of rhinoscope is nasoscope. What is that? Nasoscope. And nose is useful for the olfaction, which means to detect the smell. And also the olfactory organ in the snakes. The olfactory organ in the snakes are Jacobson organ. What is that? Jacobson organ. This is the olfactory organ in the snakes. And you know, one more important bit is there, and an animal is there that is called as rhinoceros. What is that? This is called as rhinoceros. Rhinoceros, and it is having one horn. It is having one horn, so it could be called as one-horned rhinoceros. One-horned rhinoceros. In these animals, there is a protein that is present on the nose, which is called as keratin. What is that? Which is called as keratin. And this particular keratin gets mineralized. This keratin gets mineralized, and ultimately it forms an horn. Ultimately it forms an horn. Hence it is called as one-horned rhinoceros. Let me ask you one question. Where does the one-horned rhinoceros are observed? And one-horned rhinoceros can be observed in the Khajiranga National Park. What is the name of the park? Khajiranga National Park, which is located at Assam. What is that? Assam. And what is the old name of Assam? The old name of Assam is Kamarupa Samrajya. What is that? Kamarupa Samrajya. And this Khajiranga National Park is constructed in the year of 1904, and it is opened in the year of 1905. And also it gets nationwide identification in the year of 1982, such that it is a national park in the 1982. You know what? This particular Khajiranga National Park is named after a queen, and her name is Kirby. What is that? Kirby. And this park is located in between the two mountains, and those mountains are called as Karbi Anglong. What is that? Karbi Anglong. And the river which is nearer to the Khajiranga National Park is Brahmaputra. What is that? Brahmaputra is a river which is nearer to the Khajiranga National Park. Brahmaputra. Brahmaputra is a river which is nearer to the Khajiranga National Park. And also, what is the other name of Brahmaputra in Assam? It is called as Saidong. What is that? Saidong. Every year there is a duration between July to October. A particular celebrations has been held in the Khajiranga National Park. In this particular time, the tourists usually visit these rhinoceros by riding an elephant, and it is also a festival in the Assam also. This is all about the nose what we have in our body, and also this plays an important role. And the walls of the nose is supplied with the mucus. The walls of the nose is supplied with the mucus, such that whatever the dust particles are there in the air, that gets absorbed through the mucus that is present inside the walls of the nose. And also the nostrils, inside the nasal cavity, it possesses hair follicles. It possesses hair, and the particular air filters the air and which removes the dust particles and allows the fresh air into the lungs of a body. That is what the function of the nose. And come to the next one. And what was the other one? This is the pharynx. Pharynx means, as you know that, and this is the diagram of the oral cavity, and this is the nasal cavity. And these two openings are opened at these two open passages are opened at a particular place. This is called as pharynx. What is that? Pharynx. It is the common passage for the nasal cavity and oral cavity. And one more important thing is here. What is the name of the tube that opens into the pharynx? That is called as eustachian tube. What is that? Eustachian tube. That starts from the ears. And also the particular eustachian tube maintains the pressure balance in the ears. Which balance? Pressure balance in the ears. It maintains the pressure balance in the ears and also opens into the pharynx of a body. It is the common passage for the nasal cavity and also oral cavity. And oral cavity is oftenly called as buccal cavity. What is it? Buccal cavity. It is oftenly called as buccal cavity, and in general it is called as oral cavity. What is it? Oral cavity. And come to the next one. And here it is the windpipe. What is that? Windpipe. Windpipe means this is the structure what we have. This is structure what we have. This is called as windpipe. What is that? Windpipe. And above the windpipe you would see a particular bony organ. It is also made up of a cartilage. What is that? Cartilage. And here you will observe a puncture like structure. What is that? A puncture like structure. It is small opening is here, and it is called as, the small opening is called as glottis. What is that? Glottis. This is called as glottis. This glottis is prevented by epiglottis. It is guarded by epiglottis. Epiglottis prevents the entry of the food particles into the windpipe. Food particles into the windpipe. And here you will see the larynx. What is that? Larynx. Larynx is oftenly called as voice box. It produces the sound with the help of vocal cords. With the help of vocal cords. With the help of vocal cords, it produces the sound. And this is the epiglottis and this is the glottis. And this is the larynx. It is also called a sound box or voice box, and it possesses the vocal cords which also produces the sound. And the pitch and the frequency of the sound depends on the length of the vocal cords which are present in the larynx. And this is the windpipe. And this windpipe is a tube-like structure. It is a tube-like structure, and it is guarded by the C-shaped cartilaginous rings. What is that? C-shaped cartilaginous rings. And this is called as ctenidia. What is that? Ctenidia. These are in the shape of a C. This prevents the collapsing of the windpipe. So that it allows the air into the lungs. This is the function of the windpipe. And the other name of the windpipe is trachea. What is that? Trachea. Other name of the windpipe is trachea. It allows the air, and it is prevented by the C-shaped cartilaginous rings called as ctenidia. This is the function of trachea or windpipe. And we will discuss the further things on the next video. Thank you, my dear students.